Imagining yourself as a superhero is pure escapism. Extract the essence of superhero stories, and they're oftentimes black and white, simply good versus evil. We're drawn into these worlds and their characters with unique traits, their superpowers. We desire to wield these powers for ourselves, to triumph over adversity in a blaze of glory. Gameplay mechanics in superhero games are the vessels that place these superpowers in the hands of the player. How a hero moves, how they traverse, how they fight, how they use the game world to their advantage. The best superhero video games create an authentic feeling of power through exceptionally innovative gameplay mechanics. Spider-Man. Movement is unquestionably the most important gameplay mechanic in Insomniac Games' Spider-Man. Capturing Peter Parker's effortless ability to swing between New York skyrises is vital for an authentic Spider-Man experience. And boy, did Insomniac deliver authenticity. Movement in this game is fluid, its sense of propulsion exhilarating. The physics-based traversal encourages you to continually build momentum as you acrobatically leap, spin, and swing your way through the city. Nothing gets in your way. If you slam into a building, no worries. Just sprint vertically up it and catapult over without missing a step. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The fighting mechanics first established in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds were refined in Ultimate, alongside balance improvements, enhanced animations. The game isn't shy about ramping up the carnage, but beneath the chaos is a masterfully implemented combo system. Combos and finishing moves are tuned to unique special abilities, and of course, for the Marvel characters, that means superpowers. There are even spectacular crossover finishes, combining the unique strengths of your team. The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. What is the Incredible Hulk's key characteristic? Yep, that's right, Hulk Smash. The clue is in the name with this one. Developers Radical Entertainment boiled Hulk down to his most primal and basic, creating a game where everything is a toy to be destroyed. Hulk's attacks include colossal body slams that'd shift tectonic plates, hammer-throwing tanks and yanking helicopters clean out of the sky, crushing them between Earth and fist. The remarkable thing is that even 16 years later, all this endless Hulk smash is still incredibly fun. The game devs clearly know that you're here for a good time. You can take the Incredible Hulk for a round of golf with beat-up cars, or surf through the city on the chassis of a bus. Infamous 2. Sometimes a host gameplay mechanics feed off your character's main superpower. In Infamous 2, protagonist Cole McGrath is able to harness the power of electricity. From blasting enemies aside with electrical bolts from his fingertips and swinging electricity-based weapons to grinding electric cables for fast travel. Were this real life, surely exercising such power is both a blessing and a curse. It's clever then that playing Infamous 2 forces you to make a choice between utilizing your powers for good or for evil with its inbuilt karma system. Choosing whether to revitalize or ravage your citizens determines key story events as you progress too. DC Universe Online. This 10-year-strong MMO owes a lot of its success to its multi-layered character creation system. At the game's outset, you create your own superhero or supervillain by plucking attributes from your favorite DC characters. What this gives you, the player, is a wholly customizable and thus personalized experience. Simply put, DC Universe Online is wish fulfillment. Choosing your hero's superpowers, of which there are specific sub-powers attached, deciding how they move, what their personality is like, the possibilities are staggering. As all pickable attributes are inspired by DC's wealth of immense comic book characters, you're essentially transplanting yourself into the DC Comics universe to live out your fantasy as a custom-made superhero. Batman Arkham Asylum. Rocksteady Studios' first Batman game in the Arkham series introduced a ton of innovative gameplay mechanics. Gliding with Batman's cape, scaling impossible walls and obstacles with a grapnel gun, And of course, the hugely satisfying free-flow combat. More on this later. Batman's detective vision is the pick of the bunch here. It's a visual sonar aid which slickly feeds into the implementation of the other gameplay mechanics mentioned. Detective vision highlights destructible walls and grapple locations. It discovers the number of enemies and whether they're aware of Batman's presence. It's the perfect gadget to faithfully convey the feeling of being the Dark Knight, of serving vigilante justice from inside the shadows. Batman Arkham Origins. Here, the detective vision introduced in Arkham Asylum brings Batman's detective skills to prominence. You see, Batman isn't just a vigilante knocking the living daylights out of his foes. He's a crime scene investigator. His detective vision receives major enhancements in Origins, becoming an integral accompaniment as you solve the game's case file missions. Seeking out crime scenes to deploy detective vision allows you to scan for evidence and experience first-person virtual recreations of the crimes as they're committed, complete with the ability to advance and rewind time. It's a satisfyingly deep system too, as you'll be presented with misleading clues, demanding some mental legwork to successfully discover who done it. Batman Arkham Knight. Yep, we're going for 3 Arkham games in a row, because, well, Rocksteady really did hit a home run with this series. Arkham Knight refines the solid gameplay mechanics laid out in every previous entry, none more so than the free-flow combat system. In short, the spectacular combat system reaches its pinnacle in the 4th game of the series. The system adds prone enemies to combo attacks, precision-timed dodges, counters and combo streaks. You never need break momentum. Plus, Arkham Knight introduces dual play, giving you the ability to seamlessly switch between Batman and other controllable characters during free-flow combat, accumulating combo streak scores, and seeing the bad guys off with super cool double-team finishes. The Wonderful 101. You might not be familiar with the Wonderful 101. It was a Wii U exclusive after all, but it delivers a refreshing take on mecha combat. To overcome obstacles, solve puzzles and defeat enemies, you'll need to combine your 100-strong horde of superheroes into Unite Morphs. Morphs include fists, swords and whips, and utilizing the appropriate morph for a particular circumstance gives you the best opportunity for success. The way that developer implements the morph commands is especially cool. You'll need to draw the morph's corresponding shape on your controller, so that's a straight line for the sword and a circle for the fist and so on. This system works well on the Wii U's touchpad, but it's equally satisfying using the right thumbstick on the 2020 console remasters. VIEWTIFUL Joe. Another of the lesser-known superheroes, this side-scrolling action beat-em-up delivers satisfying thwomp with every thump. With rewarding combo streaks, the titular character Joe is a movie buff, and so the elements that distinguish this side-scroller from traditional beat-em-ups is Joe's ability to distort time, as if rewinding on a TV controller. Smacking your opponent silly fills Joe's VFX gauge, so that you can unleash his signature movie magic moves. Slow down time to better dodge attacks, unleash a burst of attack combos by fast-forwarding time, or utilize the most commanding VFX power, zoom in, giving you the ability to level up Joe's normal attacks in close-up camera action. Batman the Telltale series. A consistent theme with the best superhero games is their uncanny ability to immerse you in the narrative. Batman the Telltale series leans heavily on this concept, as throughout the game, Batman's, and indeed Bruce Wayne's, personality and story arc are determined by your choices. The visual action sequences are stunningly paced with rapid-fire quick-time events, but as both personas get equal playtime, it's the optional dialogue trees which really drive the story home. You get the chance to stamp your own perspective on the game's events, resulting in a thoroughly fresh take on the superhero genre. You can die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. The choice is yours. Injustice 2. RPG-like mechanics in a fighting game featuring characters from the DC universe, what's not to love? You can upgrade your chosen superhero via the game's gear system loot drops, including character-specific costumes and equipment, all of which serve to upgrade abilities, allowing you to dish out more punishing special attacks. The polish on this game is the adjustment to the previously unavoidable environmental attacks. They're still gloriously over the top, but now you have the opportunity to block or dodge impending environmental carnage thanks to the added option to spend your meter gauge. Only the most ridiculous environmental attacks with large startups like throwing a car can't be dodged or blocked. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. The undeniable hallmark of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is the epic personalities of the whole cast. So, whilst the developer haven't reinvented the wheel when it comes to this title's combat or exploration, they've gone full throttle on character development and interaction. It's the Guardians' amusing banter with heartfelt interplay which is the major entertainment here. In terms of gameplay, this means that you're able to control other members of the titular team through voice commands and quick quips. Outside of battle, dialogue trees provide opportunity to embellish your team's personalities. It all makes for a well-honed approach to portraying the comical traits of the Guardians, despite the fact that Star-Lord is the only playable character. LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. We can't have a superhero game rundown without at least one LEGO game, can we? LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 offers a great example of how a game's open-world design creates varied and interesting scenarios for the player. Superheroes 2 takes place in Chronopolis, an interdimensional city-state centered around supervillain Kang the Conqueror's citadel, combining 18 locations within a stone's throw of each other in a timeless limbo theme park. And as each zone exists in a different dimension, certain actions and puzzles only become solvable if Kang alters time, or if you utilize a character like Doctor Strange to manipulate time yourself. Spider-Man Miles Morales. Miles Morales takes the agile, physics-based motion mechanics established in Spider-Man as the solid foundation with which to build a revolutionary, enhanced combat experience. In this semi-sequel to the 2018 game, Miles comes equipped with super cool Venom abilities. Whereas in the previous game, Peter Parker might combine single targets into combo attacks, Miles targets multiple enemies in combination with area of effect Venom weapons, like the devastating new Venom Blast. Playing as Miles has a unique flow. Insomniac have seamlessly translated the fast-paced momentum of Spider-Man's traversal into super slick, rewarding combat. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.